The impact of moods on the unguarded mind. Shri Paramahansa Yogananda often emphasized the profound influence of moods on an unguarded mind. He taught that moods are like passing clouds that obscure the radiant light of the soul. When the mind is idle or unoccupied, it becomes an easy target for negative moods such as sadness, anxiety, or restlessness. Yogananda ji said, "The mind, like a sponge, absorbs whatever thoughts it is dipped in." Without purposeful focus or spiritual discipline, the mind tends to drift into these moods, allowing them to gain dominance. He advised seekers to fill their minds with uplifting thoughts, prayer, and meditation, preventing the vacancy where moods can take root. An idle mind, Guruji warned, is like an open door for destructive forces. Negative thoughts, doubts, and fears creep in silently, seizing control and multiplying until they become overwhelming. These mental intrusions often go unnoticed at first but quickly establish a stronghold, making it harder for the individual to regain control. Moods, thieves of joy and peace. Yogananda ji explained that moods are not mere emotional states but powerful vibrations that influence every aspect of our lives. He warned, moods are the thieves of joy and peace. When allowed to settle, they create mental inertia, making it difficult to rise above their grip. He stressed that it is not enough to wish away a mood, one must actively engage the willpower to counteract it. Spiritual practices, such as chanting, meditation, and positive affirmations, were his recommended tools to clear these emotional clouds and restore inner harmony. A vacant mind, he cautioned, is especially vulnerable to these moods because it lacks the fortification of focus and positive energy. The vacuum left by idleness invites intrusive thoughts that spiral into negativity, feeding on the mind's passivity. The danger of a vacant mind. To counter the hold of moods, Guruji urged the cultivation of spiritual vigilance. He taught that when we allow moods to dominate our consciousness, they create recurring cycles of negative energy. He remarked, "Be careful of your moods. They are subtle tyrants that influence your will and blur your clarity." The key, he explained, lies in observing these moods without identifying with them. Through self-awareness, one can step back and see these emotional states as passing phenomena rather than permanent realities. A vacant mind, left unchecked, becomes fertile ground for such moods to plant their seeds, growing into entrenched patterns of thought and behavior. Breaking the cycle of negative energy. Yogananda ji stressed the importance of keeping the mind engaged in positive and purposeful activities. He warned that an idle mind becomes a breeding ground for negativity and wandering thoughts. Activities like reading sacred texts, serving others selflessly, or practicing creative arts help focus the mind and elevate its energy. These pursuits prevent the mind from falling into lower states of consciousness and support spiritual growth. Yogananda ji emphasized that constructive activities are not merely distractions but powerful tools for inner transformation. When the mind is absorbed in meaningful work or spiritually uplifting pursuits, it aligns itself with higher vibrations, leaving little room for moods to settle in. Creative expressions, such as art, music, or writing, are not only forms of self-expression but also pathways to inner joy and calmness. Service to others, performed with love and humility, creates a sense of purpose and expands one's consciousness beyond personal concerns. These activities act as antidotes to mental stagnation and create a natural flow of positive energy, keeping the mind positively engaged. In conclusion, Shri Paramahansa Yogananda taught that moods are powerful forces but not unconquerable. Through self-discipline, awareness, and spiritual practices, one can overcome their grip. He said, "Every time you rise above a mood, you ascend to a higher level of spiritual freedom." By keeping the mind actively attuned to divine presence and purpose, one can transform moods from oppressive forces into opportunities for growth and self-mastery. The key lies in staying vigilant, proactive, and anchored in the light of inner awareness.